The kicker, Blake Groupie, set to start it. And off we go from Mexico City. This one is fielded in the end zone, but he will not bring it out. It's a touchback, and this drive will begin at the 30-yard line. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. They'll mark him down up at the 44-yard line.
We met with these coaches during the week, Mike. They told us the emphasis this week about getting the run game going early, and we see it here. Nice first play pickup, fresh set of downs.
And a good tackle out wide will hold him to a gain of just 3. They'll stick with him again. And no place to go. He's hit and taken down behind the line.
How often do we see linebackers be so fast trying to track down the ball carrier that they end up actually overrunning the play and allowing the running back to cut back? But not this guy. Does a great job staying in phase, stretching this ball out sideways, and he brings him down for a loss.
They get 19 on that pass play. First down, Philadelphia. Here's a run going left. Yeah! What a run. He brings it to the red zone. Taken down inside the 20-yard line. Ball down to the 16-yard line. And it's first and 10. They'll stay on the ground. And a nice run there. He'll be stopped just shy of a first down. A pickup of 9. Now the Chargers will use the first of their timeouts.
This is one of those cases where having high-end speed in the backfield can be such a game changer. The offensive linemen don't need to hold their blocks quite as long. You give this guy a little bit of a crease, and man, he is gone.
And nothing on that one. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it.
Mike, these are the spots that if I was a play caller, I think I'm calling up something down the field. You know the defense is really packed in tight, anticipating a run. Now's the time, play action and throw it over their head. They take a little bit more of a conservative approach, still get stopped for no gain, brings up third and short.
The opening drive touchdown would be an ideal start on the road. They have it first and goal. That's in the end zone and intercepted. And the Chargers will get the ball at their own 17-yard line.
So you find yourself entering the red zone. Mike, it's hard to not start envisioning scoring a touchdown. Well, that interception, it changes everything. This is a huge missed opportunity. You have to capitalize and find a way to hang 6 on the defense.
Get it. Ready.
Back to throw here to begin the drive. To the left side, caught by Chase. They'll break the huddle. It's second and 5.
Ready.
Now they'll set up to throw. That's hauled in on the left by Nakua. And it'll be a short pickup. That's not enough for the first down. On play action. Oh, the blitz gets there quickly, and down he goes. Early big play here. They're going to go for it on fourth down.
Mustang 19. Buffalo 18. Ready.
They will indeed go as they look to... And he's going to be hit and taken down. They got him with a big-time rush, and it will lead to a turnover on downs. Glorious opportunity for the offense as they take over 1st and goal. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play in this opening quarter. Ball at the 3, 2nd down and goal. Going back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. And this one ruined quickly. Take him back to the 5-yard line.
It makes sense on 2nd and goal, Mike, to keep this ball on the ground. You always have 3rd down again to finally punch it in. But now after the defense forces you backwards, I think you have to consider putting this one in the air here on 3rd and goal.
That's to the end zone, but they can't connect. It's incomplete.
Teams practice these situations all week long, Mike. Down here in the tight red zone, you find yourself inside the 10-yard line. You're thinking, we've got to come away with a touchdown. Well, after that 3rd down incomplete, it's going to be real interesting to see how they approach this 4th down after failing on 3rd. Yeah, he does a nice job handling that kick there, but I think offensively, you come back to the sideline and you're thinking, we have to find a way to finish these drives. I mean, to be in 1st and goal and settle for 3, that can be very deflating for an offense settling for too many field goals.
And he's down at the 23, and that's where the offense will take over. Here's 1st and 10.
Here we go. Set.
Right away, they'll set up to throw. This one grabbed by Nakua. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
Like it, 18. Come on, come on.
A handoff as they try to run it here. And he'll get past the marker. So he's got a 1st down on that gain of 5.
Let's go. Ready?
He'll work his way ahead for a gain of about 4. Here's 2nd and 6.
Ready? Panther 11.
Back to throw. Unloads downfield, looking for Nakua. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
Well, with this guy might lose a little bit, Mike, as he gets long in the tooth. He certainly makes up for it in experience. You're not going to be able to do a lot of things to trick him on the back end. He reads this play right from the jump, makes a great break on the ball, and if that ball hits his hands more times than not, it's going to be a takeaway.
And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. From the gun, Jackson. That's over the middle, complete to Brown. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
That last completion's going to go a long way towards at least finishing this 2-minute drive, Mike, with some points. You're already in field goal range, so now the idea is continue to work the clock down, take a couple shots at the end zone. You want to get points, ideally a touchdown, but either way, you have the ball last before the end of the 2nd quarter.
Jackson up top again. And they'll finally run him down, but he takes it inside the 10-yard line.
You know, Mike, I like everything about this play except the very end. You've already picked up good yardage. You've already picked up the first down. Now get down on the ground and protect yourself. There's no reason to take those shots.
Here's a run. Not able to stay in. He steps out of bounds, and that'll be a loss of a couple of yards on that one. Moved back to the 10. They'll try here on 2nd and goal. In the shotgun, here's Jackson. To the end zone there, but it is incomplete.
That's one he'd love to have back. An opportunity to score 6 was right there for the taking. Just wasn't quite meant to be.
3rd and goal for Jackson. Nowhere to get away, and he's going to go down. Now a timeout Chargers here. That's their 2nd, and they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go until halftime. The Eagles going to send their field goal unit out. Oh, look at this. It's a fake. That's caught. And this is going nowhere. He's forced out of bounds behind the original line of scrimmage, and the fake is a failure. They turn it over on downs. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Passing right side, and Chase has it. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
Drop 50, drop 50.
He'll drop to throw. And that's going to wind up incomplete. Pressure certainly impacted the quarterback there. Couldn't get his arm all the way through, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
19 tight, 19.
He'll look to throw. He's going to let it go deep for Chase. It hangs up a bit too much. It's intercepted. It's one of the best ever, Patrick Peterson. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead. On 1st and 10, Jackson looking for Jefferson deep downfield. And that is incomplete. The intended receiver was Justin Jefferson. And it'll lead to a 2nd down. Jackson now. That's deep for the back of the end zone. And this is too far over the end line. It's incomplete. 2 incompletions to start the drive, and it leads to 3rd down and 10. Taking off, he'll try to get there.
Yeah, he's trying to make the best of a bad situation here, Mike. Nothing open downfield. He thinks he can tuck it and get it with his legs. He ends up out of bounds, short of the 1st.
He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Eagles, on the strength of 2 field goals, take a 6-0 lead. Final 2nd now of this first half as this one is away. That ball going to hop into the end zone. It's a touchback that will come out to the 20-yard line. The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10.
Here we go, here we go. Panther Street, Panther Street. Go.
They'll look to throw. Again, working deep downfield. That is hard. And he's going to be taken down as time runs out on this first half of play. So we are halftime, the latest chapter in the NFL International Series. As we send you up to Orlando for a check-in with Jonathan Coachman. He's got our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, it's all yours. Okay, Coach, thanks a bunch. We'll see which team's adjustment's going to pay dividends here. Likely going to play a big role in who wins this one. Pretty interesting first half. We'll see if any strategy changes for the next 30 minutes or more as this second half gets underway. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line.
Okay, break.
First and 10.
Go. Ready.
This one caught by Chase.
This is a great example here of just not getting too complicated as an offensive coordinator. Who's one of your best players on the field, and how do you get the ball in his hands?
Open man, downfield, Chase has it. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35.
Similar to a tight end, the slot receiver is often considered the safety blanket. He makes all the difficult catches, tends to be a little bit more around the line of scrimmage, and so far today, he's certainly lived up to that reputation.
They'll look to throw here on first down. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
They'll look to throw yet again. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up third down.
Defensive coordinators preach all the time, play pass defense with vision. It's exactly the case here. They're able to rally to the ball, keep that to a short game.
Warrior 70. Ready.
On third down, they'll set up to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a fourth down.
For the most part, he's been very accurate with the ball. I mean, he's completing over 60% of his passes, but because they haven't been able to get any big explosive plays, continue to push the ball downfield, hasn't really translated.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Chargers.
Mike, we used to have a saying that it was the responsibility of the receiver to run the route through the eyes of the quarterback. And I think this is a great example here. Two guys clearly on the same page. Quarterback expected his target to be in a certain place at a certain time. He's there, ball's delivered accurately. He's able to pick up the rest with his legs, and that's a big-time connection for the touchdown.
After the touchdown, it's Groupie to kick this one away. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. A first down throw for Jackson. He'll let this go deep for Jefferson.
Pretty unforgettable performance so far in the first half, Mike, and they're going to try to figure this out here in the second half and try to gain some momentum, figure out what's going to work, where are our matchups, and let's go try to put a drive together and get some points, because so far this has been a struggle, and they just cannot get anything going through the air.
That one broken up. It's incomplete. All over him down the field. It'll set up third down. Jackson looking to throw. That's over the middle and intercepted. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
I think anytime you find yourself trailing in the second half, Mike, all offensive play callers fight the urge to chase those points. They tend to get a little bit overeager. They tend to push the envelope sometimes a little too far. Those turnovers, they only make the deficit grow, not shrink. Now, there's a lot of football left, Mike. They can still get back into this. They just have to be a little bit smarter about which risks you're willing to take. So on a day where he's completed, give or take half of his passes, Mike, you have to imagine there's a handful of throws he'd like to have back, and I think that last one falls in that category. But the biggest thing, and most fortunately for them, they find themselves with a lead despite a bit of an up-and-down performance out of their quarterback. So I like the aggressiveness of the call, but as the rest of the game unfolds, Mike, there needs to be better overall execution. A little bit cleaner. The next thing you know, they're going to hit some of those big shots.
Hawk 70, Hawk 70.
Open is Kraft. He's got it. Just his first catch. They have held him in check so far, but that one gives him a first down. In the red zone now. He'll drop to throw. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
So defensively, there's always the initial pass coverage plan, and then when that breaks down and the quarterback goes into scramble mode, how fast can you then move on to the second phase and what they call plaster, meaning find the nearest receiver and almost play him man-to-man, and it's exactly what they did here, and there was nowhere for the ball to go, and he's forced to just throw it away. There's a lot of ways to get the ball in the hands of your running backs, and it's not always by just handing it to them. In this case, it's a simple check down, picks up a good gain, brings up third down.
Let's go now. Ready.
They'll throw here on third and short. And that is incomplete. He was trying to get it to Jamar Chase. And it's going to bring up fourth down.
So after their defense gives them a gift on their last drive and gets them the ball back and on the field, they nearly return the favor following that dangerous throw of their own. And at this point, they're lucky to walk away with just an incompletion.
That's taken in, and he will have the first down. So they roll the dice on fourth down in the red zone, and it pays off with first and goal.
I don't think the back was the primary target on this play, but just a great job by the quarterback understanding it's fourth down. I've got to get this ball out of my hand and give our offense a chance at converting, and it's exactly what he's able to do by getting it to his back and letting him pick up the rest.
That play may have taken a little bit too long to develop. It's no gain. He's back at the 4-yard line. Now here's second and goal. They'll go with him again. And he'll just get up inside those big bodies up front. And he's in. Touchdown, Los Angeles. Taking care of business on the ground to get the score. And, Greg, the big guys up front, they deserve some praise on that one.
Absolutely, Mike. And it really only takes one guy to distort the defense and win his block. But in this case, give credit to the entire unit. They did their job, and they reward their offense with a touchdown.
After the touchdown, it's Groupie to kick this one away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. Operating from their own 23, they'll begin first and 10. His drive will start on the ground. And he's going to be brought down here on what will turn out to be the final play of the third quarter. So, 3 quarters now in the books. This is Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports. They'll come to the line now on second and 2. Jackson. He'll get this into the hands of his running back. And he's going to get this one out to the 43-yard line.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
You can't beat a running quarterback. Gain of 16 and a first down. Now it's Jackson. Looking for his tight end on the corner route. He's got it. And he is short of the goal line, but they are in business at the 1-yard line. Now, first and goal. They'll run the sneak. And he's able to get the ball across the goal line. He's in. Lamar Jackson. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Now they'll set up to throw. He's got a man. That's caught. Give them the 2, and we are tied here in the fourth quarter. All even. Fourth quarter, everything we've wanted. What's in store in the remaining time? We'll see a return here from his own end zone. And he'll manage to get this back only to about the 20-yard line. They'll come up for first and 10.
Here we go, here we go. 18 Rattler, 18 Rattler.
Right away, they'll set up to throw. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They got him. So 2 minutes left to play in the second half. Greg and I back for the conclusion in a moment. Here's second down.
Go! 7 Pirates, 7 Pirates.
They'll drop to throw. This one deep downfield for Chase. He's inside the 30. And he's going to take this one all the way. 93 yards. Touchdown, L.A. A huge play there. They go in the air. We only see a few touchdowns of that length all year. They go from backed up to in the end zone for a touchdown.
It is, Mike. In this case, most teams are saying, let's just pick up a first down. At the very least, give our punter some room out of the end zone. But not this guy. He's thinking taking it to distance, and that's exactly what he was able to do.
So the lead is 7 now. Here in this fourth quarter, the tie has been broken. Let's see what happens on this kickoff. Here comes a return from the end zone. He'll come across the 20 and taken down at the 21-yard line. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for first and 10. From the gun, Jackson. And that one knocked away. It's incomplete.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball. A great pass rush is like a closer in baseball. When you bring them into the game, it's all but over. That's exactly the case here. It doesn't result necessarily in a sack, but it was the hit that altered the throw just enough to end that play before it started.
That is incomplete. And here we go. They're down to what could be their final play. It's fourth down. To the air one more time with Jackson. Looking for Jefferson deep downfield. And I had to take a chance on fourth down, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Garrett Williams.
And at this point in the game, Mike, we all know one play can be the difference between winning.
Broski, yummy. I just touched down in LA, the Spanish.